Special Court Manipur for NIA cases was established. The Directorate of Prosecution was established and district level officers of Directorate of Prosecution made functional. The District and Session Court building at Kakching was inaugurated and the Court of Judicial Magistrate of First Class made operational. The District and Sessions Court Chandel was also established and a foundation stone laid for Churachandpur. The newly constructed Judicial Magistrate of First Class Court building at Mao was made operational. Foundation stone was laid for residential quarters of judicial officers at Lampel, Imphal West. Land was allotted for construction of District and Session Court complex in Imphal East and Office of Manipur Human Rights Commission in Imphal East. During 2025-26, significant policy reforms were enacted through amendments to the Manipur Health Service Rules and Manipur Civil Service Leave Rules, restoring balance between medical training and service obligations, and ensuring government sponsorship is recouped through service. Cadre management was refined, manpower deficit assessment and rationalization was done across district hospitals, community health centers and primary health centers. Newly recruited MHS officers were deployed alongside nurses and paramedics to high footfall facilities, especially in hill and peripheral areas. GNM schools in Churachandpur and Thobal were upgraded to the College of Nursing, Churachandpur and College of Nursing, Thobal, starting from 2025-26. Creation of a College of Nursing was approved to be co-located with Churachandpur Medical College. In all, 697 students were allotted across MBBS, BDS, nursing and allied courses, while 237 postgraduate trainees from RIMS and GNIMS served in the district hospitals under the district residency program. Foundation stones were laid for super specialty and assured specialty hospitals in 5 districts of Chandel, Jiribam, Senapati, Tamenglong and Ukrul by the Honorable Prime Minister. CHC Psychot, CSC in Intokong and a new hostel for paramedical and allied sciences at Janims were also inaugurated. Notably, the Emergency and Accident Clearance Center at Kuarimband Bazar, Imphal West was inaugurated by the Honorable President of India. Numerous projects funded by SASKI, PM Divine, National Health Mission and state plans will upgrade district hospitals, build composite health clinics and provide staff quarters across districts. The state's health coverage programs expanded dramatically. Under the Chief Minister Ki Hakshalgi Tengpang scheme, more than 38,600 people were newly enrolled. 43,989 treatments worth about ₹53 crores were provided free and 75 hospitals were empaneled. 4 kidney transplants were performed at no cost. Under Ayushman Bharat PMJ, 63,253 people were enrolled, resulting in 99,324 free treatments worth over ₹128 crore, with 71 hospitals participating and 14 kidney transplants were covered. National Health Mission indicators improved significantly, with the infant mortality rate to 3 per 1,000 live births, which is India's lowest. The maternal mortality rate also fell to 81 per 1 lakh. The Mironov Singh Ji Khudol program targeting high-risk pregnancies gained national recognition. Identification of high-risk pregnancies under the Prime Minister's Suraksha Matrit Abhiyan rose from 1.6% to 9%, with comprehensive abortion care available in 73 facilities. Birth waiting homes in 10 hill districts accommodated 663 deliveries. Immunization coverage rose to 97% and 10 out of 16 districts reported 0 indigenous malaria cases, while 15 achieved 0 child leprosy cases. Mental health services reached to over 7,000 patients. New laboratory mapping, myocardial infection detection systems and free diagnostics further modernized the healthcare. Aadhaar-linked birth registration rules were notified and all registration units went online. Food safety oversight was significantly strengthened, with enforcement and surveillance activities increasing sharply and new food business registrations nearly doubling. A microbiology section was established at State Public Health Laboratory, Lampel, and extensive training reached street food vendors and about 1,000 food operators. Directorate of Ayush expanded its reach by launching national programs on musculoskeletal disorders and geriatrics, deploying a mobile medical unit in Kaching and implementing Ayush Gram initiatives. Outpatient footfall at Ayush facilities nearly doubled. 7 integrated hospitals and 4 dispensaries are being built and more than 100 health camps were held. Over 15,000 people underwent Prakriti Parikshan and the state hosted the International Day of Yoga 2025. Collectively, these achievements demonstrate a coordinated push towards equitable, high-quality healthcare throughout Manipur. The state finances are on the path to recovery. The state's own resources increased from rupees 1,443 crore in 23-24 to rupees 2,087 crore in 2024-25. During the current financial year, the state's own tax collection has shown considerable progress vis-à-vis similar period of previous financial year. As on October 2025, the total collection of state's own resources was rupees 1,254 crores compared to 600 crores on October 24. With phased lifting of prohibition in select areas, revenues have started accruing with excise duty likely to see a considerable growth, augmenting state's resources. To strengthen enforcement and administration, 2 new excise stations at Kamjong have been established, with construction of excise stations at Tadubi, Senapati and Jiribam approved under SASTI 25-26. GST administration was strengthened by establishing facilitation centers in 6 hill districts, improving registration, return filing and grievance redressal in remote areas. Compliance was reinforced through awareness programs and targeted sessions for the DDOs and deductors. Despite major challenges, revenue collection during financial year 25-26 up to January rose to around 1,302 crore with an increase of about rupees 58 crore from corresponding period. GST registrations increased to 14,339 through focus drives, while enforcement measures detected 149 fraudulent cases and blocked fake income tax credit amounting to rupees 88.95 crore. A streamlined clearance mechanism enabled recovery of rupees 21.12 crore, strengthening fiscal discipline. Dearness allowance and dearness relief was increased for state government employees and pensioners from 39 to 42%, benefiting about 76,000 employees and 60,000 pensioners. Approved adoption and implementation of unified pension scheme for the state government employees with effect from 1/4/26. This will benefit around 53,000 state government employees. The 7th pay revision was extended in 2015 to Dhanmanjari University, the National Sports Academy and urban local bodies with a total of 23 autonomous bodies and entities having been granted similar pay revisions. All state government receipts and deposits are digitized under e-GRAS and cyber treasury, and all SNA's first central funds are directly transferred to beneficiaries and agencies. CMIS Employees Corner web and mobile-based application was launched, enabling state government employees self-service across to their payslips, salary statements and service history. To address delays caused by the manual pension process, the online pension processing system was introduced for end-to-end digital submission and processing of pension papers with the aim to ensure delivery of pension benefits on the day of retirement. The system is being rolled out department-wise with full implementation in February 2026. My government has been promoting entrepreneurship, sustainable development and inclusive growth. Through the Manipur Startup Scheme and the CM Entrepreneurship Support Scheme, new and existing businesses have been enabled with loans, subsidies and skill development. Under CMESS for internally displaced persons, 451 beneficiaries have been assisted with an aggregate project cost of rupees 2.11 crore, including loans of rupees 1.48 crore and subsidies of 62.61 lakhs, while 7 startups now employ 382 IDPs. Under PMKSY, Watershed Development Component 2.0, construction of 14 farm ponds, 21 rooftop harvesting structures, 20 dugout ponds, 46 vegetative and engineering structures and coverage of 266 hectares by horticulture plantation were completed during the year, and 170 enterprises benefited from production system and micro enterprises. Community engagement was strengthened through the Watershed Modes campaign and Swasthta Hi Seva. Under NESIDS and NLCPR, over 167 projects worth rupees 1,792 crore have been completed, including roads, medical and educational infrastructure and water supply. New projects include tourism-focused roads, schools, polo grounds and solar power plants worth over rupees 198 crore. Two other major projects sanctioned include the multi-purpose indoor stadium at Kuman Lampak and allied infrastructure at Sainik School, totaling rupees 58 crore. The Hill Area Development Program continues to make a lasting impact through livelihoods and infrastructure projects in Tamenglong and Mone. The PM Divine Initiative, with an initial allocation of rupees 1,500 crore, addresses regional development gaps, supports social initiatives and enables livelihoods for youth and women. Manipur International Convention Center at Tengul Chingjin, Imphal East was sanctioned at rupees 166.87 crore. The Special Assistance to States for Capital Investments, SASCI, has supported Manipur with around rupees 3,400 crore for flagship projects such as Sangai Ethnic Park, Water Amusement Park, Unity Mall, Working Women Hostels, and District Administration Infrastructure. During 25-26, projects worth rupees 1,240 crore were approved, including rupees 700 crore under the special package. Under Northeastern Council funding, newly sanctioned projects total over 130 crore, covering educational, sports and road infrastructure, while additional projects are under discussion. Under Article 275(1) of the Constitution, several infrastructure development programs are being implemented. The Eklavya Model Residential School at Tokpa Kabui village, Churchandpur, was inaugurated, while another at Riha village, Fungyar, became operational. Tangkul Headman's Guest House cum Administrative Building at Ukrul, Cultural Hall cum Multipurpose Building for Senapati District, Village Chief Association, Skill cum Rural Entrepreneurship Development Center at Senapati, and Administrative cum Training Building of Tribal Research Institute Manipur were inaugurated with a total cost of rupees 18.54 crore. Under PM Janman, construction of 11 multi-purpose centers were approved under PVTG areas at a total cost of 6.6 crore, out of which 8 are completed with the remaining 3 nearing completion. Under Dajgua, rupees 18.70 crore was approved for various infrastructure work, including extension of additional classrooms and staff quarters, repairing of ashram schools, and construction of 2 tribal multi-purpose market centers at Kopum and LM blocks. Financial assistance amounting to rupees 1.55 crore were extended for medical treatment of 739 ST patients. Funds were also provided for organizing various activities and festivals for hill districts and aids distributed to physically challenged tribals. As part of Janjatiya Gaurav Varsh, various activities were organized, including awareness campaign for successful implementation of new schemes like PM Janman, Dajgua and Adi Karam Yogi Abhiyan. The first ever National Tribal Film Festival in the state was organized. State level Tribal Carnival, Tribal Literature Conclave, state level short film making and photography competitions were also organized to celebrate rich tribal heritage in the state. Rupees 37.24 crore was sanctioned during December 2025 under 15th Finance Commission for financial 21-22 for 6 autonomous district councils in the state. 82 employees of these district councils were promoted. Pension was granted to 1,499 retired employees. 5 health centers are being run in the remotest areas of the hill districts in Tingkok, Kuikol, Barzol, Impa, Tamenglong, Jammu, Kamjong, Kangjang, Senapati, and Molcham, Chandel. Health camps with special focus on internally displaced persons in remote areas of Kangpopi and None were organized. 36,191 ST students are being provided ST post-matric and pre-matric scholarship amounting to about rupees 39 crore. 35,537 OBC and SC students were provided post-matric and pre-matric scholarships amounting to about 25 crores. Under PM Yashasvi and PM Ajay, 2 OBC hostels and 2 SC hostels were completed with a total budget cost of rupees 14 crore. Under PM Ajay, 4 villages were also declared Adarsh Gram and 3 community hall cum market sheds are being constructed. Under Economic and Skill Development Program, skill training along with assistance in kinds were provided to 1,018 beneficiaries, including 609 IDPs. Under PMJVK, 29 projects with a total cost of about rupees 73 crore were completed and inaugurated. Proposal for 87 projects with a total project cost of about rupees 534 crore has been submitted to the Ministry under State Annual Plan 25-26. Under PM Vikas, 26 projects proposals totaling about rupees 298 crore were submitted under Annual Plan 25-26. Honorable members, rice is provided free of cost to all NFSA beneficiaries from January 23 till 31st December 2028. The state has achieved 100% automation of all fair price shops and 100% Aadhaar seeding of ration cards with eKYC process started since October 2025. 4 empty capacity rice mill for decentralized procurement in Manipur with a cost of rupees 14 crore is nearing completion. 2,24,999 beneficiaries are benefited under Ujjwala 1.0 and Ujjwala 2.0. Under College Phagadansi Mission, infrastructure development works were completed in 8 colleges, out of which 5 were inaugurated. Under NEC, construction of model library building at Pettigrew College of Rule at an approved cost of rupees 2.27 crore was completed. Construction of a new government engineering college at Herok, Bhopal district has been completed. Under the Chief Minister College Students Rehabilitation Scheme, 449 IDP students were extended scholarship of rupees 10,000 each. 754 IDP students have been identified for scholarship for the academic year 25-26. Under Chief Minister's Award for Educational Excellence, Standard College Vaikom, Mani Girls College and Manipur College were awarded a sum of rupees 5 lakhs, 3 lakhs and 2 lakhs respectively. Under the Chief Minister's Civil Services Coaching Scheme, free physical coaching was provided for 200 civil services aspirants, involving a total scholarship amount of rupees 2.80 crores. To meet objectives of NEP 2020, infrastructure upgradation and soft skill enhancement has been implemented in 5 colleges. 4th year undergraduate program under NEP 2020 has been opened in government colleges of Manipur from the academic session 25-26. Further, 4th year undergraduate program in honors with research was also opened in 6 government colleges of Manipur. Recruitment has been initiated for filling up 430 posts of assistant professors in government colleges through MPSC. Manipur Technical University, which was established in 2016, held its first convocation and PhD program started during 25-26 in 8 different streams. Likewise, the Dhanmanjari University held its first convocation and postgraduate program in folkloristics, geology, Hindi, defense and strategic study were introduced during 25-26. PM Divine projects for construction of university infrastructure will be completed soon. Multiple entry and multiple exit policy was implemented in 2025. MOUs have been signed with foreign universities for collaboration for research exchange. During 2025, construction of 658 civil works, including additional classrooms, toilets, new buildings, major repairing, library, science labs and arts and crafts rooms were completed. 44 hostels and 6 hostels were approved under Dajbua and PM Janman respectively. Desktops, laptops, printers, projectors and interactive smart boards were provided to 250 secondary schools to strengthen digital infrastructure in schools. Solar power off-grid systems were distributed to 300 schools. In a first of its kind initiative, a Mount Everest base camp trek for students of government schools was organized. Rani Lakshmibai Atma Prakshikshan was conducted in government schools and participated in the national championship, winning 3 gold medals, 1 silver medal and 1 bronze medal. Our students also participated in the national level folk dance competition and national level taekwondo competition under 15 category. Mapping of 11,602 Anganwadi centers with schools having primary section was completed. Vocational education scheme was implemented for the first time in government and aided secondary and higher secondary schools, around 2,0944 saplings were planted under the state during Ek Ped Maa Ke Naam. In 2025, government secondary school produced 10 position holders and 10 subject toppers in Council of Higher Secondary Examination. State curriculum framework for foundational course, curriculum syllabus for 6-month certificate course for preschool education for Anganwadi workers, and general knowledge book titled No Manipur Volume 1 in 7 different subjects areas were developed. Diet centers of Moirang and Chandel were upgraded to centers of excellence. Seminar hall at SCRT head office, studio for recording e-contents for PM E-Vidya and Diksha program. Hostels and institute building of Diet Imphal West were completed. As a strategic move towards modernizing electricity distribution infrastructure, smart electricity meters across key areas, particularly in Imphal, has been rolled out to ensure that consumers pay only for actual usage, while the utility gains better load management and operational insights. Progress has also been made in infrastructure, upgrades and smart technologies under the revamped distribution sector scheme, focusing on enhancing distribution network across the state by improving system reliability, reducing losses, and deploying advanced metering infrastructure. Through merit order dispatch and strategic power procurement, significant cost savings was achieved of over Rs 30 crore between September and November 25. At the same time, aggregate technical and commercial losses have steadily declined over the past 4 years. Under Northeastern Region Power System Improvement Project, 132 by 33 kV substation at Gampachor and 33 by 11 kV substations in Lampel and Takyal were completed. 4 projects for construction of 132 by 33 kV substation at Kamjong, strengthening of transmission lines and upgradation of substation were approved under SASKI. 5 megawatt floating solar photovoltaic power plant at Thobal Multipurpose Project Reservoir, Manipur, is targeted for completion during this year. Under PM Kusum, 72 solar water pumps were installed and order placed for 102 more solar pumps. Honorable members, state recorded notable achievements in the effective implementation of agriculture development projects to improve irrigation coverage, crop diversification, infrastructure creation, mechanization, digital governance, and farmer income enhancement. The promotion of organic chakhao emerged as a notable success story. MOU was signed for export of 20 metric tons of white chakhao rice to Japan for the first time. First ECMARC certification for chakhao was also received, making a significant milestone. National Mission on Natural Farming commenced in 2025, targeting 4,000 hectares. 65 clusters covering 2,275 hectares were formed with 478 farmers enrolled on the Natural Farming Portal. Financial incentives of Rs 4,000 per acre per year were provided, supported by extensive training and awareness programs, strengthening of transition towards sustainable and chemical-free agriculture. Under Oil Palm Development Program, a fresh MOU was signed to undertake oil palm plantation in over 2,700 hectares during 25-26. Land covering 1,200 hectares has been identified, with plantation completed in 402 hectares. As part of Digital Agriculture Mission, groundwork for digital crop survey began with plan to cover 604 villages during Rabi season 2025-26. Significant progress was achieved under PMKSY PDMC, where 7,008 small and marginal farmers were supported through DBT for installation of 4,104 sprinkler irrigation systems. Additionally, 2,904 farmers benefited from water harvesting and conveyance structures. Interventions under NFSM benefited 5,886 farmers during the financial year 25-26 under the procurement and distribution of seeds program. 400 MT of paddy, 24 MT of urad and 66 MT of soybean seeds were made available to farmers for the Kharif 2025 season. For the Rabi and pre-Kharif 25-26 season, 33 MT of mustard, 68 MT of oilfield pea and 8 MT of lentil seeds were distributed. Timely and adequate availability of chemical fertilizers was ensured to farmers across the state. Under mission for integrated development of horticulture, amount exceeding rupees 15 crore was utilized for areas expansion of fruit and vegetable cultivation, protected cultivation, water harvesting, organic inputs, pollination support, and post-harvest management. The mission Organic Value Chain Development for Northeast Region program was consolidated Manipur's organic sector, bringing over 17,500 hectares under certification, strengthening farmer-producer companies and enabling domestic and international market access for key organic commodities. Micro-irrigation coverage has been significantly expanded under the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, with a total area of about 830 hectares brought under micro-irrigation during the year. Efforts under Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana has enhanced risk protection through timely assessment and farmer outreach. Cold storage and pre-cooling infrastructure under capital investment support, along with NEC-funded integrated farming initiatives in hill and border areas, are promoting diversified livelihoods and reducing shifting cultivation. During 25-26, construction of 575 MT capacity cold storage and 5 MT capacity pre-cooling chamber was started at Naran Sena Vishnupur, Makul Gondi, Senapati, Lungar and Paroi at Ukrul and Jiripa. The 21st Livestock Census 2024 was completed. The animal health services in the remote and far-flung areas were substantially strengthened through 33 mobile veterinary units supported by a toll-free call service center. The capacity of disease investigation laboratory was also strengthened and installation of blood analyzer and biochemical test facilities. Focused interventions were made in Manipuri pony breed conservation. Financial incentives totaling rupees 30 lakh were provided to 86 pony owners, covering 1151 ponies. In addition, development of pony registration system software is underway for digital registration of each pony using RFID microchip-based identification to support long-term conservation and monitoring. Anti-rabies vaccination program was strengthened in addition to routine vaccination program for economically important livestock diseases. Livestock-based livelihood development and infrastructure creation remained a priority. The livestock insurance scheme provided risk coverage to livestock owners. Control and containment activities were taken up during the recent outbreak of African swine flu. Under Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana, benefits were provided to fish farmers by establishing various freshwater finfish hatcheries, rearing ponds, grow-out ponds, new ponds, cages in reservoirs, biofloc culture system, etc. Under Loktak Livelihood Mission, various structures were installed and equipments distributed. Fish ranching programs were organized. Under NFDB, construction of 10 breeding units for locally important fish species of the state is under process. Under one-time grant of rupees 3 lakh under NFDB Margdarshika Action Plan, rupees 22 lakh were released to 11 fisheries cooperative societies, out of which rupees 6 lakh has been dispersed. 4,942 farmers across districts are enrolled under Group Accident Insurance Scheme. Under Kisan Credit Card, rupees 6.30 crore was availed from the banks by 513 fish farmers. Integrated Management Plan of Loktak Lake is a 5-year project approved by Government of India for an amount of rupees 145 crores under National Plan for Conservation of Aquatic Ecosystems. Implementation of the project has been initiated with the reorganization of the Loktak Development Authority. Rejuvenation and conservation of Nambul River of Manipur under National River Conservation Plan was completed. Rejuvenation and conservation of Impal River was started in 2025. Till date, development of eco-embankment zone of 500 meters, renovation of 43 existing wood-based crematoria, 600 square meter of riverfront development, 1224 meter of angle iron netting, along with vulnerable solid waste dumping site and 199 meter of slope protection work completed. Under efforts for environment planning and management of wetlands and water bodies, 71 wetlands were delineated and 3 wetlands demarcated with development and rejuvenation efforts of 10 water bodies. Inventory of 846 springs across the state created Green Education Program at colleges for green auditing and environment education program were launched. Manipur State Environment Data Center was inaugurated. Indian Himalayan Region Climate Change Conclave 2025 was organized. Climate change vulnerability and risk assessment at district level was completed. Forest resources analysis and monitoring system has been made operational, and real-time monitoring and change detection of forests in the state. Sangai Conservation Breeding Center at Kaibul Lamjao National Park has been established. A conservation breeding center for Hulok gibbon at Kamjong district was also initiated. Nongin Conservation Breeding Center at Ukrul has been completed and the bear conservation project has been launched. Under the cost form program, 130 springs in Ukrul were surveyed with interventions completed for 14 springs. Additionally, staggered trenches and farm ponds were created. 113 hectares of spring recharge area were reclaimed and community infrastructure constructed. Under Vandhan Vikas Kendra and Entrepreneurship Development, 9 new VDVKs were formed with 131 self-help groups and 2,433 beneficiaries during 25-26. Till date, there are 209 VDVKs with 3,173 self-help groups and 62,605 beneficiaries, impacting about 3.1 lakh population. Under the National Water Quality Monitoring Program, a total of 7 rivers, 15 ponds, 7 lakes and 6 tube wells were monitored across different locations. Monitoring of ambient air continues to be taken up under Ambient Air Quality Monitoring Program. Agriculture continues to underpin Manipur's economy, supported by a new cultivable area of about 2.3 lakh hectares. To strengthen irrigation and water infrastructure, the state has undertaken 8 major and medium irrigation projects, with 7 already completed. The Loktak Lift irrigation project has restored irrigation potential over 15,670 hectares, while the Thobal multipurpose project is nearing completion, having already created irrigation potential for 28,937 hectares and water supply of 10 mgd. Under Dam Rehabilitation and Improvement Project Phase 2 and Phase 3 for rehabilitation, improvement and for comprehensive and sustainable dam and barrage operations, 5 projects were taken up for a total of rupees 311 crores. The rehabilitation and improvement of Singda Dam and Impal Barrage is targeted for completion by March 2027. Under the Flood Management and Border Areas Program, the project on critical flood control and anti-erosion works in the Manipur River Basin with an approved cost of about rupees 460 crore is targeted for completion soon, directly benefiting about 2.5 lakh people across nearly 25,000 hectares. In addition, the rejuvenation of Lamphepad water body is underway to mitigate urban flooding and promote sustainable development. Honorable members, the Jal Jeevan Mission aims to provide functional household tap connections to every rural household, with about 1.7 lakh households covered under the scheme, while the remaining are being provided connections under various projects and schemes. About 3.48 lakh, amounting to about 77% of the rural households now have functional tap connections. The Manipur water supply project is being implemented at a revised cost of about 3,303 crores, covering Impal planning area, 25 towns, and 1,731 rural habitations to provide clean drinking water as per national standards. The project is extended till June 2026. The integrated sewerage system for Impal Phase 2 is also being implemented at an estimated cost of about rupees 1,255 crores, covering 16 wards with 3 sewage treatment plants, 21 pumping stations, and 277 kilometers of sewer network. The project has achieved about 40% physical progress. 21 projects worth rupees 4.67 crore were commissioned and 15 schemes amounting to rupees 54.87 crore were inaugurated, marking a milestone in Manipur's journey towards universal access to safe drinking water. Installation of water ATMs was completed with 20 units across 8 districts, delivering purified water through RO units and real-time monitoring. The state has continued to strengthen its infrastructure across regions. Landmark projects such as Civil Secretariat at Manipur and Manipur Bhavan at Kolkata were inaugurated, while essential district level infrastructure has been completed, including at Kamjong and Karting, enhancing the administrative capacity. Connectivity infrastructure are being taken up in both hill and valley areas. Arterial roads in hill district headquarters are being upgraded under SASKI at a total cost of about rupees 174 crore. Further critical works totaling about rupees 180 crores such as Kengseng Ashang Kulen Bridge, the Kamjong Bungpak Kunau Road and the Kelpundai Kausam State Highway are being implemented to improving access to remote and border areas. Urban mobility is also being strengthened through the Manipur Urban Roads, Drainage and Asset Management project in the Greater Imphal area, while the Mau Kelima Road is being developed to ensure uninterrupted interstate connectivity at a cost of Rs 10.45 crore. The improvement of Imphal Yaripok State Highway was completed with funding from NABARD at a total cost of Rs 37.51 crore. The Wabgai Lamkhai Sugnu Lamkhai State Highway in Kakching has been sanctioned at a cost of Rs 45 crores. To promote women's empowerment, 10 working women hostels are constructed across district headquarters including Imphal East, Imphal West, Ukrul, Tamenglong, Senapati, Jiribam, Kampokki, Chirachandpur, Bishnupur and Kakching at a total sanctioned cost of Rs 149 crore. Additionally, extensive district administrative infrastructure are being implemented across Barzol, Jiribam, Kampokki, Technopal, Kakching, Kamjong, None and other districts at a total cost of Rs 116 crore. My government is committed to inclusive development with enhanced connectivity serving as a vital catalyst for equitable growth across all regions. The ISBT at Kumal Lampak was recommissioned with all Manipur state transport and interstate buses operating exclusively from this ISBT, resulting in improved traffic management and a more orderly public transport system. To ensure equitable access to transport services, 4 new district transport offices at Jiribam, Perzol, Nune and Kamjong were established, covering all districts of the state. To improve connectivity in remote and underserved areas, helicopter services are being expanded and are currently operational between Imphal and Tamenglong, Ukrul Churachandpur, Senapati Mure, Jiribam and Mizoram. Under the RCS Udan 2.0 scheme, 2 helipads at Jiribam and Parbung have been completed, while the remaining are under construction. Further scheduled air services under the Viability Gap Funding Scheme are being operated on Imphal Dimapur, Imphal Guwahati and Imphal Kolkata routes, with the Imphal Silchar route under consideration. The cargo terminal building at Imphal International Airport has been completed and is ready for inauguration. The facility will enhance air cargo capacity and strengthen Manipur's connectivity with national and international markets. Citizen-centric governance was strengthened by expanding contactless services by adding 6 new services, increasing ease of service delivery for a total of 37 services. An e-option system for fancy vehicle registration numbers was also introduced. Overall revenue collection for the department increased significantly from rupees 53.60 crore in 2025 to rupees 86.83 crore in 2025-26. As part of our commitment to passenger safety, vehicle location tracking devices under Nirbhaya framework for public transport vehicles was initiated starting with Manipur state transport buses and will be further expanded to all commercial vehicles across the state. To further address urban congestion and parking shortages in Imphal city, installation of 2 multi-level or rotary parking systems was approved and feasibility reports initiated. Under the Swachh Bharat Mission 2.0, significant strides in urban sanitation and waste management were made. Solid waste management infrastructure has been strengthened with the construction of compost pits totaling 56 TPD across 22 urban local bodies. In public sanitation, 16 seats of normal public toilets, 10 inspirational toilets and 29 urinals have been completed with an additional 54, 10 and 45 seats respectively under progress. A 20 KLD fecal sludge treatment plant is also under construction. 16 urban local bodies have achieved ODF plus certification. while Jiribam Municipal Council has attained ODF++ and a 3-star garbage-free city status. Imphal Municipal Corporation has earned 1-star GFC certification, and Jiribam was named the promising Swachh Shekhar of Manipur in the northeastern region under Swachh Survekshan 24-25. Under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban Housing for All, 3,525 beneficiaries have been approved across 13 urban local bodies. Rupees 31.75 crore were released as the first installment of central assistance for these projects during the year 25-26. Till date, 19,853 houses have been completed, while another 28,431 houses are under construction. The Imphal Smart City Initiative also achieved key milestones. Phase 2 of the Imphal Riverfront Development, the Thangal Bazar Mall Road Development, and the GIS-based property tax module have been completed and inaugurated, with a total project cost of about Rs 96 crore, further enhancing urban infrastructure and governance. During a period marked by unprecedented challenges, the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme has continued to provide vital income support to youth and internally displaced persons, while engagement in community work has fostered rehabilitation and social cohesion. During 25-26, Manipur received its highest ever labour budget of 400 lakh person days with a record allocation of Rs 2,000 crore, reflecting confidence in the state's commitment to inclusive growth. So far, over 208 lakh person days have been generated, providing an average of 40 days of work per household, with nearly 60% of total persons day contributed by women and over half by scheduled tribe communities. During the year, more than Rs 900 crore has been effectively utilized with a strong focus on wage payments and productive asset creation. Under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin, 1,01,549 houses have been sanctioned, with construction started on 90,833 houses, out of which 27,249 have been completed. Additionally, the PMAY-G Awas Survey 2024 covered 1,85,017 households, and verification is in progress. Under a special project for permanent housing for displaced families, 4,997 houses were sanctioned at a unit cost of Rs 3 lakh per household, with Rs 1.3 lakh from PMAY-G and remaining Rs 1.7 lakh from Home Department, out of which construction is underway for more than 3,000 houses. Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana continues to enhance rural connectivity and socio-economic developments in the state. Under PMGSY-1 and PMGSY-2, 4 works totaling to 2.86 km were completed during 25-26. Cumulatively, 931 works covering 10,898 kilometers have been completed, connecting 622 habitations. Under PMGSY-3, 96 roads spanning 772 kilometers were sanctioned at a cost of Rs 615 crore, while DPRs for approximately 300 works under PMGSY-4 are under preparation. Additionally, 8 roads totaling 35 kilometers have been sanctioned under PM Janman at a cost of about Rs 40 crore, with works yet to be awarded. With a strong focus on women's empowerment, over 1.3 lakh women have been mobilized into approximately 13,000 self-help groups, forming 1,000 village-level federations and 22 cluster-level federations, collectively creating over 10,000 Lakpati Didis. A significant milestone was recently achieved with the approval of the MSRLM HR manual, a long-pending issue that was received appreciation from the Union Ministry. My government continued to implement welfare programs aimed at protecting and uplifting vulnerable sections of society, with focused interventions to strengthen care, protection, awareness and service delivery across the state. Under the Atal Vayo Abhyodaya Yojana, a statewide awareness campaign promoted dignity and care for senior citizens. While the state achieved full district coverage of old age homes, including the selection of proposal for 2 new homes for Tamenglong district, in addressing substance abuse, 25 integrated rehabilitation centers for addicts are operational, supported by 35 registered trust de-addiction centers, including 5 registered in 2025. For persons with disabilities, the launch of the Launchfao app enhanced communication access for the hearing impaired, while assessment camps held under ADIP and Rashtriya Vayashri Yojana at different locations identified over 1,700 beneficiaries for assistive devices. Anganwadi coverage was expanded, particularly in PVTG areas under PM Janman. Construction was completed for 13 Anganwadi centers in Senapati and 12 centers in Kankopi. With foundation stone laid for 50 Anganwadi centers in Senapati, 341 Anganwadi centers have been newly co-located with schools and construction of 740 Anganwadi centers approved under SASCI. The supplementary nutrition program was strengthened through near universal FSSAI registration of Anganwadi centers, improved local menus and pilot initiatives reflecting sustained focus on child and maternal nutrition. Women-centric initiatives included observance of National Girl Child Day, International Women's Day, Swachhta Hi Seva activities, capacity building of women, helpline and one-stop center functionaries, and awareness through culturally rooted performance. Under Mission Vatsalya, special outreach programs for IDP children were conducted. Veer Bal Divas was observed state-wise and achievements of children from childcare institutions were recognized. Adoption services were expanded with the establishment of 7 new government-run specialized adoption agencies, while proactive measures led to prevention of child marriages and statewide observance of the pledge against child marriage. Remarkable progress was made in skill development, employment and youth empowerment through various initiatives. Under the Specified Skilled Workers Program, 42 individuals including IDPs and children from self-help group families secured placements in Japan, with 15 more scheduled in early 2026 to work in sectors like nursing and hospitality. To support this, an MOU was signed to establish a Japanese language training center at Manipur University. Awareness campaigns and media outreach have encouraged youth participation, while engagements with JICA and Kagawa Prefecture are strengthening human resource collaboration in nursing, agriculture and construction sectors. Under PMKVY 4.0, placements for 500 youths achieved. India's Skill Competition 2025, Manipur produced multiple regional medalists, with 6 advancing to national level. National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme 2.0 was launched statewide with workshops and Mela plan. In collaboration with Tata Strive, IDP youth received free skill training with assured placement. All government ITIs are now NCVET affiliated, with around 900 students enrolled under various trades. First dedicated girls hostel was inaugurated at Women ITI Takyal. Campus placements of around 50 trainees were facilitated with industry partners, while several graduates started enterprises under PM Vishwakarma scheme. Focus on deregulation and compliance reduction continue to ease processes for businesses and citizens. Honorable members, my government remains steadfast in promoting inclusive growth through industrial development, MSME support, artisan empowerment and expanded trade and market linkages. Under PM Gati Shakti, 40 additional industrial units at Tera Urak, Vishnupur and Salemthar, Chandel at an approved cost of Rs 36 crore are under construction, with construction of 3 effluent treatment plants in Impal West, Vishnupur and Kakche completed. The PM Vishwakarma scheme has empowered traditional artisans and craftspeople, particularly women, SC, ST, OBC communities and residents of hilly areas in northeastern region states. Over 91,000 applications were received, 11,165 beneficiaries completed training, 2,085 loans sanctioned and 1,747 toolkits distributed. The PMEGP enabled the establishment of micro-enterprises. Close to 2,000 applications were received, out of which about 1,600 were linked with banks, with 215 projects sanctioned by banks and a strong pipeline of 789 further applications. The RAMP program, supported by the World Bank, conducted extensive outreach, capacity building and market linkage initiatives benefiting over 27,000 MSMEs, including women-led enterprises with branding, packaging, tourism-linked programs and digital marketing support. Entrepreneurship training continued with 69 trained during the year with 120 trained through mobile food processing programs. Two HADP projects for tea processing center at Tamenglong and an integrated horti agri processing center at Nune were completed. Manipur actively promoted trade and investment at national platforms. At the Rising Northeast Summit 2025, 8 MOUs worth over rupees 8,060 crore were signed and the state showcased GI tagged and indigenous product at the World Food India 2025, the Shanghai Festival and the India International Trade Fair, generating substantial sales and national visibility. The state also facilitated exposure for local cinema and creative talent at the Waves 2025 Summit, promoting collaboration and industry linkages. Money Tax 2025 attracted delegates from 16 countries, generated trade worth over rupees 7 crore and secured export orders of rupees 4.9 crore. GI status was granted for Moirang fee, Wangkei fee, Shafi Lampi and even additional products are being prepared for registration. Initiatives such as Chief Minister's Yan Scheme, welfare enrollment under PMJJBY and PMSBY and state handloom awards further strengthen the sector. To strengthen infrastructure, productivity and market outreach, 34 cluster centers and 1 mega handloom cluster are being managed under NSDP with 3,000 advanced rooms distributed, 350 workshops constructed and 21 common workshops underway. Special focus was placed on livelihood support for IDPs, including supply of looms and toolkits, procurement of products from 1,636 IDPs, free stalls at marketing events and hands-on training in selected trades at relief camps. State proudly hosted a series of state-level festivals celebrating the richness and diversity of our heritage. These events have provided meaningful opportunities for artisans, youth and local enterprises while attracting visitors and showcasing Manipur to the wider world, thereby contributing to economic revival and fostering a sense of community and shared pride. Festivals such as Manipur Shanghai Festival, Shirui Festival, Orange Festival and Bharat Festival were successfully organized, with Manipur tourism continuing to be promoted at various national and international platforms. In line with developing tourist infrastructure, foundation stones were laid for several key projects totaling about rupees 42 crore, namely infrastructure development around the polo ground, Dibudao, Marjing, Hingang, Imphal East, Bharat Heritage Festival and tourism infrastructure at Koide Bilsho village, Senapati, eco-tourism sites at Mantri Pukri, Konga, Makong and Kaina Hillock, Imphal East. The construction of the Hill Chief Guest House at Imphal East was inaugurated, while development of the Shirui Heritage Village and Bakshi Ground at Ukrul has been approved under SASI scheme at a total cost of about 65 crore. New proposals have also been submitted seeking further financial assistance to expand tourism infrastructure. During 25-26, Manipur successfully hosted and participated in the 68th edition of National School Games as well as 134th edition of Durand Cup. During the prestigious Shanghai Festival, the 15th Manipur Polo International Tournament was held with India B, Manipur beating Colombia 8-5 in the finals, underscoring the state's polo legacy. The state secured 11th position at the 30th National Games of India, 5th position in the 60th National School Games 24-25, 8th position in Khelo India Youth Games 2025, and 1st position at the Khelo India Beach Games 2025. At the international qualification stage, Manipur made a historic contribution to Indian women's hockey, with 10 Manipuri players forming part of the championship-winning Indian team at the Asian Women's Championship Qualifier 2025. Some of the projects such as construction of mini stadium at Nune district, multi-purpose indoor hall at Mayang, Imphal are in completion stage. Manipur's rich and unique traditions and cultural heritage remain a source of pride and force for unity across communities. Showcasing the vibrancy on national platforms, the state's tableau featuring Shagol Kangjai was displayed at Bharat Parv, Red Fort during Republic Day 2025 and GI tagged agriculture products during the Republic Day Parade 2026. Manipur's cultural presence was also showcased at Ekta Parade and Bharat Parv in Gujarat. The second Ekholgi Imphal International Film Festival 2025 was successfully organized. A national seminar on the celebrated theatre maestro Ratan Thiam was organized. Efforts to preserve and promote intangible heritage continue, with a proposal for Lai Haroba submitted to the Sangeet Natak Academy for nomination to UNESCO's representative list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity. Further, the development of Laishang Island Eastern Side Phase 1 was inaugurated, strengthening the infrastructure for cultural engagement and celebration. In 2025, Manipur faced severe floods. Immediate relief measures were undertaken, including relief camps and essential supplies, with financial assistance being expedited to affected families. As a long-term measure, flood and landslide mitigation projects were launched under the State Disaster Mitigation Fund, and work on a flood early warning system is underway. Capacity building efforts trained thousands of volunteers, teachers and cadets in disaster response, while Operation Abhyas, mock drills and procurement of rescue equipment strengthened preparedness. Forest fire and landslide mitigation initiatives were implemented, and a prompt response was coordinated to mitigate the Soko Valley fire, reflecting sustained commitment to safeguarding lives and property. Forest fire risk mitigation projects in 49 villages across 10 districts of Manipur are being implemented under funding from NDMA. Since 2020, the e-office system has transformed administrative governance in Manipur, covering 184 government entities and enrolling 3,818 employees. With over 97,000 e-files and 5.5 lakh DAC processed in the e-system, the system has improved transparency, record security and efficiency across the state. The 10.85 hectare IT Special Economic Zone at Manipur, managed by Cyber Corporation Manipur Limited, anchors the state's IT vision. The rupees 418 crore World Bank funded MIND project has moved into implementation stage to promote digital entrepreneurship and secure e-governance infrastructure. The MTI Hub has incubated 75 startups, facilitated rupees 7.5 crore funding for 30 startups, and enabled the creation of 50 companies. Building number 1 was inaugurated, and this 1.48 lakh square foot facility is designed to host a green data center, AI lab, cyber security training center, startup support center, a 1,000 seat BPO, and office space for IT films. Building number 2 under PM Divine is under construction and is expected to accommodate 2,500 IT professionals. SWAN continues to provide seamless connectivity for government offices, while e-services Manipur is enhancing citizens' access, and State Data Center continues to serve as a secure repository for state's digital assets. Over the past year, transformative progress was made towards efficient and transparent land administration in Manipur. Online payment of land revenue was launched for all computerized and land records, easing the burden on landowners, enhancing revenue collection and enabling real-time monitoring. Computerization of land records is now complete for 561 of 604 revenue villages in the valley, with the remaining villages expected to be digitized soon. Land acquisition for key infrastructure projects was also expedited, including railways, national highways, Imphal Ring Road and border fencing and roads along the Indo-Myanmar frontier. Cadastral maps from 1960 surveys have been fully digitized, providing a transparent system for plot identification, verification and dispute resolution. In the coming months, revenue cases management across all courts will be streamlined with standard software ensuring easy tracking, improved record keeping and a modern responsive land governance system. Aligned with the national cooperative reforms, PACs in Manipur are adopting model bylaws and are being digitized under the computerization of PACs project, covering till date 232 societies at a total cost of about ₹9 crore, with hardware support provided to 215 PACs so far. Computerization of RCS offices across all districts has also progressed, strengthening the cooperative governance. Financial assistance and support of rupees 18 lakh was provided to 36 primary cooperatives, rupees 2 lakh to Manipur Apex Handloom Weavers and Handicrafts Artisans Cooperative Society, and rupees 5.17 crore to 22 fishery cooperatives for livelihood development. During 2025, my government intensified its outreach through impactful multimedia campaigns, including awareness on responsible use of social media and countering misinformation promotion of major cultural and tourism events and national campaigns and publicized key national engagements, including the Prime Minister's and Honorable President of India's visit through live telecast and curated visual content. My government continued to advance science and innovation and practical technology with focused outreach to students, educators, innovators and women. InnoTech Fest 2025 served as a flagship platform showcasing student and startup innovations through exhibitions, robotics, science demonstrations, and awareness, fostering a strong culture of creativity and scientific inquiry. Renewable energy adoption was strengthened through installation of solar water heaters in government schools and hostels across hill and valley areas. Entrepreneurship development program for IDPs, unemployed youth, and women from SC/ST communities enabled 380 women to acquire income-generating skills, supporting livelihoods and sustainability. During 2025, Gazette publication shifted entirely to digitally signed e-gazettes, with physical printing discontinued and a dedicated e-gazette portal launched to provide real-time, searchable public access. Building on these initiatives, the Directorate of Printing and Stationery was formally declared the first paperless Directorate of Government of Manipur. An AI-based conversational search system is proposed as the next step to further enhance citizen access and usability. Honorable members, in conclusion, I look forward to the wholehearted support and cooperation of this August House in ensuring a productive and constructive year ahead. I am confident that the new year will renew our collective resolve to uphold and strengthen our age-old tradition of coexistence, unity and harmony, laying a firm foundation for a peaceful and prosperous Manipur. Thank you very much, Chair.